Hi, I'm M.Newlands. I'm here with my old friend Peter Stewart. We're both former members of the Paisley Rocketeers Society. We found some footage from the late 60s, early 70s, and I've asked Peter to narrate it. What we're seeing here is research rocket number 1, fired on Underwood Road on the 27th of November 1935. What we're seeing here is excerpts from John's notebook.
Yes.
And that's possibly the Paisley Express. That's some rocket mail.
Mm-hmm.
That's the write-up for the Paisley for RR1, and then continuing a whole series of entries of successive rockets from John's notebook. I like the one with little wings there.
It was quite interesting in those days because we tried variations and fins and things and poles and thruster-mentors, John called them.
There's John, group shot. That's you, bottom left. Oh, there's an augmenter. That's an augmenter.
Yes.
Yeah. And another one.
That's me in that one. That's me
you on the right there.
Them on the right there, yes.
Yeah.
Short trousers on. Those were the days.
Aye. That's a nice cover. I don't know who drew that, but it's on the picture of the book.
That's right, yes.
More augmenters.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realise you'd done that many. That's the northern slope of Oakshire Hill, seen from the east. That's the school up there, John Nielsen.
That's the school up on the left-hand side. First row was Underwood Lane, the next one Underwood Road.
Ah, and you used to launch
from the hill down the way.
So that's from the back of the school over the railway line. You guys so free from modern health and safety rubbish. That's John.
That's at Tarbert and Lochfine, I think.
Ah, right, okay, yeah.
Was that the three-stage rocket?
Might have been, yeah. They look like multi-stage. Oh, sorry, multi-motor rockets, yeah.
I must try and look to see if I can find that diary.
Yeah, sure. That's Lochfine.
Yes, that's right. That's from the map.
That's Betty with RR-53 camera rocket.
That's my sister at Tarbert.
Yeah. Oh, that one's got wings on it. It's a rocket plane. World War II stopped the Paisley Rocketeers, and it also physically killed most of the members of the research group in Glasgow who were working on augmenters. But then, as this headline shows, in 1965, Mrs. Margaret Morris, née Watson, a philatelist, purchased some pre-war rocket mail and decided to get in contact to see if we could reform the society. John built RR-62 after a break of 27 years.
It must have been, yes.
So that's up the breeze.
That's up the breeze. See, there's the cadet with the aerial, the radio in his back. I got a couple of them up, and they went away so that when the rocket fired, they could see where they were and phone
right,
back.
try and bring it back, yeah. That's a good idea. So that'll be where the picnic tables are, just across from the car park now. That bit's all overgrown now.
Yes,
Now, I'm just trying to get a handle on where you were flying from. That was Paisley, that's the hotel of sorts, flying up the Braes Road, over the Robertson car park in the sky. Now, I think you were firing from about there. That's Professor Archie Roy, I think. And I can see you and John there. Was it the Army Cadets you were
Yes, the Army Cadets, yes.
Ah, right, yeah. Aluminium was that rocket? I can't remember. Up she goes. A bit of cut-in footage there.
They went very well that day we were there.
Can you remember how far it went?
Oh, my.
Just wondering, yeah. That was the 27th of November 1965. You and John designed a huge payload full of philatelic rocket mail. Too heavy for the rocket, really, and she crashed before the parachute opened. There's various bits of that. Am I seeing the parachute? Yeah, that's definitely a parachute. Yeah. That looks a cold day there.
I always remember that jacket. I went to work with that jacket. It's a fleece-lined jacket.
Nice.
The old style, you used to go to our Tartex and get them. They were dear in those days,
But worth it, yeah. That's the infamous Glenford Braes car park in the sky before the damn speed ramps. That's John's house.
Mm-hmm.
I can see the telephone on the right there. And he's just unloading 62 and bringing out the rocket mail, I think.
Ah, yes.
That's Margaret, I think, the woman who...
Aye,
she started the stamp collector.
I can remember Margaret.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now that's... We think that's the hill leading down to the hospital in Paisley, the RAH. Okay, we're starting at Maxwellton Cross, over the High Flat, over Craw Road, over Ricketts Bar. That's the RAH, that's the helicopter landing pad. And that's New Brodie Park Crescent that they dug out a perfectly good hill to make. We used to fire from there, with Stanley Road here in red. And that's you lighting a ducted rocket.
Yeah, some of the times we were at Largs, I had rockets with me, and I setting them up and see all the folk, they were gassing me lighting them with match.
That works. That works.
Well, that's what we did in those days.
Of course, so
we didn't have electronics, we didn't have anything like this at all.
No, when I
started...
No
electronics at all, nothing. I had to work out in your brain if you had one.
Yeah, well said, sir. That's John's garden in Bushes Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
And that's an aquajet. Let me check my chronology. That's August 1967, because that's Mr. O.K. Rumble and his daughter, who'd recently got in touch. Brilliant name. Should have been on a t-shirt. He fired a rocket mail rocket over the Rio Grande from America to Mexico in 1936. I digress. The following summer, John flew Aquajet A-16 into Loch Lomond carrying 100 rocket mail flimsies for charity, disaster relief for the great storm of January 68. Now, PET plastic cola bottles didn't come out till 1978, so you were using reinforced polythene bottles. Jobsworth made you stop using
the powdered rockets.
That's the railway line that used to go up the side of Corsbar Drive and up the side of Bushes.
Behind Bushes, yes.
I think it might have been a tram line, but when I was there in 74 in Corsbar Drive, the rails were long gone. Your brother was always really sprightly. When I was a lad, when he was in his 60s and 70s, he used to walk the legs off us all the time. Yeah, slightly bashed nose cone, but it's alright. I'm guessing that's Mr. Rumble. Aquajet A6. I mean, I know it isn't, but it does look like a cola bottle. There's John. I miss him. When I was 14, he was like a grandfather figure to me. Straight moral compass. Loading of liquid H2O, which Her Majesty's Inspector of Explosives told us was an illegal rocket propellant. Silly old fart. We got a much more enlightened relationship with the health and safety executive nowadays. Oh, pumping up the Aquajet, ready to go. There it shoots over the trees at the back of the garden.
They didn't go when they first started. They didn't go that far really. Once we developed them a bit and got more pressure, air pressure in them.
Yeah.
We found that when we were doing some of the competitions down at Largs.
Oh yeah, in the 80s. Yeah.
And I don't know whether it was John Bunson's crowd or not. They had a compressor.
Yes, that's right. It was John Bunson's. Yeah.
They were allowed up to so much pounds pressure.
That's Brodie Park, the putting green, I think. I used to fire there with John, because it's just round the corner from John's old house.
Yes.
It looks like a lemonade bottle, but that's 1970, so I'm confused. We used to get them up to 80 psi, but if you took them up to 100, they exploded.
Right.
I don't know who that chap is, the elderly gentleman in the coat, but he's marking the distance shot.
It'd be Finlay.
Finlay?
That was our next door neighbour at Cross Road. He got roped into it.
All right. Oh yeah, you lived at Cross Road, didn't you, for a while?
The problem people found was getting this contraption here fitting to the bottom of the rocket so you can pump water in.
Aye, we always had that problem too.
Some of the contraptions they bought and made up, loosened off and getting soaked. As soon as it was off, that was it.
Water went everywhere, yeah. Down she goes. Soft nose cones. Yeah. Aquajets are how I cut my teeth in rocketry. John started me on them because they're so cheap.
They're harmless.
Yeah,
you know
harmless as well, yeah.
That's the advantage in them.
Oh, aye.
I met somebody in the Science Centre in Glasgow once on the grounds, and there were a chap trying to flog off aquajets, you know.
Oh, aye. Yeah.
And I went and spoke to him. I said, "You know who invented those?" And I said, "My brother invented those." You know, so I took him aback, you know. And I said, "Oh, I was firing these when you were a boy."
Yeah. Yeah. Now, Peter, you think that's the fields where the RAH hospital is now?
See where the helicopter comes down behind the hospital.
There?
The area there. Only any houses built around there.
Yeah.
So it was just
You think, oh yeah.
wasteland, you know.
Those markers, these little markers, we've still got them, we still use them.
It's that hill going up.
That hill going up towards the Brodie
That,
Park,
where that flat bit is
yeah.
where that hospital more or less is now, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I know it's Ricketts Bar, but behind Ricketts Bar was just open fields.
Right, in 1970, yeah. All these kids will be in their 60s now.
Aye.
I wonder if they remember. That's about to fall over. Cut. Yeah. Oh dear, bit unstable. Yep. Off she goes. Oh, a bit of a leak there. Nice day, apparently. Must have been in the summer, I think. That's the winners at John's house. Wonder what these kids are doing now.
Oh, these kids, I mean, I don't know their names or anything, but I think they went on to do good things here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To their own job, you know.
I'm sure they did, yeah.
Technical minded, yeah.
Yeah. Well, me too.
No, that was a pyro going wrong. That's up the brace somewhere. And we end the cine film Back in the Future RAH field. Peter, you've been firing rockets for almost 80 years, but you're still as keen as you ever were.
Seeing the rockets going up and, I mean, looking up and disappearing into the cloud, you can't see them, you know. It's just a thrill of that. It's phenomenal, really. You don't think so?